good, everyone? All right. Today's Friday. Pretty nice week so far. Just want to look at the hourly chart before we get into things today. What have we done this week? Monday, trade higher. We have the expansion away from new week opening gap. Tuesday, we then get another expansion day higher. And then Wednesday, we just get this massive trade down back into new week opening gap. And then Thursday, we kind of manipulate this high here. We fall short of this 1 hour SIBI here, which I like as a possible draw on liquidity at some point. Which also is a 15-minute SIBI here. And then we have this 1 hour SIBI here, but I just refined it as a 15-minute SIBI. So we manipulated this high, and now we're probably going to be trading into this low here. So this is what I'm looking for as a draw on liquidity. I believe I'm on replay mode. Yeah, why am I on replay? So that guy has a draw on liquidity. Now we have this low here. And then we do have these equal lows here. For today on Friday, I gotta be conscious of this. We have two first presentations here, so this could be a place that we want to draw into. And then we have these equal lows, which could be on the table today, but I don't know. Look at this little reaction here off this first presentation. Obviously, we have this low right here. What do we have up here? We have London high. Notice how London high rests within a 15-minute fair value gap. What is this? We have relative equal highs up here, so that is something to be aware of. We just traded into a 15-minute SIBI here, so I do like that. So I'm looking for possibly this low to be traded into, and then these first presentations. I do want to look at this little new day opening gap. So we have new day opening gaps, and then new day opening gaps, and then we're trading into a new day opening gap, and then we also have this new week opening gap. I don't have marked on this chart, so we have a new week opening gap here. All right, so we just traded into that 15-minute SIBI. This honestly looks kind of manipulative, so I don't like how we just traded up there like one big pass, probably on like a 5-second. Yeah. This to me looks like this could actually be kind of bullish here. To trade into the London relative equal highs. I want to mark that. On my chart, I recently marked every daily high and every daily low. That's just for me. I might need a layout just for that, because every daily high and every daily low will be used in the past. And here is my live account I have. I'm only going to be trading one micro contract, and yeah. So we have sell side here, and then we have buy side that rests all the way up here for the daily range. Yeah, nothing that's just standing out of the charts so far this morning. So just gonna be patient and wait. This honestly could be a place of time distortion here, where we could kind of consolidate. No, it's Friday. We've done like a weekly objective here. What do we have here? We have a discount inefficiency. That's really nice, that I like. So would be either looking for this here to then trade into here to possibly trade up into this SIBI. I think that's most likely that we'll see, but let's stay patient. I want to mark out that 15-minute SIBI here. Have a nice discount inefficiency here, stacked with old daily lows. but we also have some first presented fair value gaps that rest right above that. So it's also something to note. I'm sure I'm thinking about I want to be more active on Discord again. All right, notice what we've done here. Completely inverse that 15-minute fair value gap. And look at this. What are we doing pre-market? We are spooling. Where are we going to spool towards? Likely those relative equal highs up here. Also have that first presented fair value gap. Am I tripping, or you haven't been live for a ton of time? Like today, or just recently? Because I haven't been live. I haven't been live recently. Well, we're starting back up again. Every day. That's the goal. Now I've created a balanced price range here. Nah, I haven't been active, bro. I took some time like off Discord and stuff, but man, it does feel nice. I just got a DM from someone that was like, "Man, y'all are just like so nice." Like I love positive interactions on social media, but bro, just the negative ones, like just people that you don't know that people are just like toxic. It's just like man. All right, I'm looking for a price to drop down to this 830 for value gap. We did have a possible IOFAD here. What do we have here? Just a straight expansion. Clearly not respecting this 15-minute for value gap. So expecting to see this be the draw on liquidity here for AM session. You also have relative equal highs here. And then we also do have this 15-minute SIBI here. This looks like it could be bullish here. Another important array is new week opening gap. So watching for that. How we trade into new week opening gap. And then also we have today's new day opening gap here. I kind of want to wait for me personally. I don't love like these pre-market like kind of pumps like this. I want to wait for first presentation. That's what I'm looking for. I mean it can run. It can run into the target and like that's completely fine. I don't miss out on anything. This 1 hour array. Hey Google, stop. Man, I need to. If I'm live, I need to turn that off. I just put timers for like lunch macro, PM session just to remind me. I got this nice Google clock next to me too. Pretty nice. It's the old 1 hour SIBI. Well, why ain't it showing up now? Oh, I'm on the 30-minute chart. It's old 1 hour SIBI. We also have a SIBI here. Notice how we traded into 1, 2, 3 times. Now we're back in it again. So it's likely not going to offer resistance like we like it to, but just note that we're in a 1 hour SIBI as well. We have a 15-minute SIBI here, and then what do we have up here? We have another 15-minute SIBI that hasn't been traded into yet at all. So we still have a target there. Okay, dropping into a 5-minute fair value gap, dropping into this 1 minute BISI a little bit more. So what new day opening gap is that? I don't have that marked. It's also a new day opening gap right there. Also 8:30 open, we hit. So I would kind of like to see this area used as support. If not, we have this Monday first presented fair value gap here. And also we have this 1 hour SIBI. This SIBI. That would be the lowest I would want price to go. Oh man, that's been a while ago. I actually did just move my setup, so I'm in a different room today. I like it a lot better. Yeah, man. What was that like 8 months ago? That's crazy. We've come a long way. It's like trading is just you never know like how much you're gonna grow within 3 months. Like imagine who you're gonna be in like 3 months from now. It's gonna be crazy. Like I didn't know that I would be here like 3 months ago. I like this MNQ chart just because it's clean. It doesn't really have much on it. Whereas, like this happens to me a lot, but like I'll mark all these arrays and then it'll just kind of be like, man, I kind of have a little bit too much on my chart. Like I'm the type of guy that I like to have all these arrays on my chart, but like you don't need to know every single array, but the algorithm does. So that's the insights I want to have. You know, I'm that guy where I want to know like everything. I want to know every little possible thing. Like that could be in my potential. That could be like in the way of my trade. We have previous day low. Notice how when we traded through it first time on London, we come back up, hit that SIBI perfectly, boom, displacement. 330 right here. What do we trade into? A SIBI. Then we get another massive expansion leg into that first presented fair value gap. That's a very nice setup right there. Very nice trade. Okay, we're kind of distorting time here. Before 9:30, I want to see 9:30 either expand higher here or manipulate into here to then trade higher. I'm anticipating some sort of flurry. 9:30 is going to be volatile. If we just expand higher, then that's cool. All right, we're dropping down a little bit early into pre-market. I want to see if we hold this SIBI in Monday first presented fair value gap. We're dropping down into that 8:30 fair value gap, and also we're dropping down into this SIBI here. I'm not gonna lie, I would not want to see like a trade below this low here. That would not be bullish. We still have sell side resting here, and we are just within a 1 hour SIBI, so kind of waiting, being patient here. So like, don't need to be in a trade yet. Don't need to be in a trade right now. We have previous day low that we're also dropping down into 327 daily low. This could be a buying opportunity here if we're bullish. Where's that 5 minutes to be? Like I would not want to see this 5 minutes to be low violated at any point. So be cautious for that. I also don't really like this wick here. Like if we're bullish, right at that 1 hour SIBI high, but Okay, we need to instantly reject this, which is not looking like what we're doing here. Yeah, that's not look bullish here. So let's see if we do want to come to these lows, and then we have our 15-minute discount for value gap. I want to study ES for a little bit. I just want to just want to look at ES here. Yeah, look at ES holding this new day opening gap cluster. Use this as a version. Just trading back up into the SIBI above the lower portion of that on ES. So we have any clear? Yeah, we have this. We already hit that. I guess relative equal lows here. So ES also hit new week opening gap constant encouragement here. We have new week opening gap. We hit constant encouragement with that. Notice also how we have these new day opening gaps nested within that new week opening gap. So kind of stay patient here. Mixed bias. When you can frame both sides, then it's just not high probability. And the key to being a consistent trader is just engage when things are high probability and when you see it clearly. And if I don't see it clearly, then I'm not going to really look to engage. So, okay, 9:30 is about to open up here. Let's see if we reject this Monday first presented in that 1 hour SIBI. See if we expand lower here. $9.30 possible fair value gap here with relative equal lows. Possible first presented fair value gap here with a 9.30 fair value gap. ES just dropped into a new day opening gap. ES might have a immediate rebalance here. Let's see. Okay. So we're delaying a first presented fair value gap here. Alright, I want to see us reject this. Use that as immediate rebalance. Trade into here and then possibly into our draw on liquidity. I like us using that constant encroachment here. Okay, that would have been a first presented for value gap right there. Failing to do so. We have this up close candle. So we should not violate half of that. That's the mean threshold level. We did just hit sell side liquidity here. This is a London low. It's a low generated in London. It's a nice time-based liquidity pool. And we also have a first presented fair value gap here. So look at the bodies kind of respecting this. So if we create a first presented fair value gap higher, I would not want to see that for that bearish bias. Sell side below, buy side above. Yeah, look at that. $15-minute chart does not look like we are going to expand higher though. Like this doesn't look like we're flipping bullish here. 15-minute has already taken some sort of buy side here, and we just immediately displaced lower. So I'm not looking at this as possible long here. I'm looking at this as a possible return into this 930 for value gap. Still waiting for that first presented for value gap. Trading up into 930 for value gap here. This is key. And it looks like we are leaving a first presented fair value gap here. Okay, we have an up close candle here. Now, if we trade above this, use this as support, then I think we could trade higher, but as of right now, like this 15-minute chart isn't saying that we're bullish. I want to see if we use this possible 15-second fair value gap. Traded to a 15 second BISI here. Using this as a discount. Back in the 830 for value gap. It's just not super clear yet. I mean, if we look just at the 1 minute chart, yes, this does look like a possible reversal. This does like oh yeah, we traded above 930 for value gap. We have 830 for value gap here. We have a bullish first presentation, and now we're just continuing to climb higher. So like in theory, it does look good, but just not something that I really want to partake in. See these wicks here? Wick, wick, wick. I do like that. Pretty bullish there. Want to get in at console cursor at 830 for value gap. It's not exactly how I would like to have gotten filled. Alright, I'll clearly manual intervention there. Now I want to see us use this civvy. If it does end up forming. Alright, back into first presented for what I got. I'm looking for this low here. This wick. All right, now we're trading higher off of that first presented fair value gap. This is kind of just back and forth. ES just traded into its first presented fair value gap. Well, it's good. Welcome back. Appreciate it. It's real choppy, bro. Yeah, it is. You trading with 2024 concepts, right? Yeah. There's no clear direction of price here. Buy side, sell side. I do like how we touched first presented for value gap. And yes, this like kind of manipulation, how it was just trading into first presented for value gap. I do like that. And how we're trading above this wick, not using this as an order block. Where's this 15-second for value gap here? Alright, bro, I got stopped again. Usually when I take my most losses, I'm using the 15-second chart. Let's see if we trade towards this low. Then this 15-minute buy side imbalance. Now we've traded under first presented for value gap. I do like this for value gap here on ES. Yeah, these types of sessions are sessions I need to avoid going into the future. really sloppy. That's usually how Fridays are, especially if we already traded into our targets. Look at the 15-minute chart. I'm expecting to see expansion lower. Using this to be. If these two up close candles. If we trade above these, then this is looking really ugly. Five-minute, it's going nowhere. 15-minute, I wouldn't like to see price trade above 50% of this. Okay, we have first presented for value gap. This should hold price. Now we have a wick. Man, pretty manipulative. Did we have 10 a.m. news? Did I not see that? No, we just had 8:30 news. Yeah. We have a wick that trades down. We trade back higher. 1 minute civvy holding price. Just gonna wait out this price action. Yeah, we are trading lower, but I doubt anyone is really probably in a profitable trade here. It's pretty hard and difficult price action here. Good to study though. It's gonna be good to study though. I want to look at ES. ES is kind of easier to tell. ES is a lot smoother. But here we have this Cibi that we're just straight back into. We hit an old daily high here. We have all these first presented for buy gaps. Then we have an old new week opening gap that we could possibly trade into here. 15-minute chart. It's not look bullish, but bearish. Now we have this 15-minute up close candle here. So I would like to see this be used if we trade up to it. And we're just continuously trading lower here. See, the 942 candle on ES gets used as an order block. But on NQ, I mean, I guess it still does, but not really. Yeah, we are trading the upper portion, but we're not as sensitive as we are on ES. Need to bring back activated? Dude, I low-key need to. I've not been locked in recently. just had to close my window. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, these past 2 months have been like probably like two of the worst months of my life, which is been kind of weird because like I've been more like spiritual, I guess. Like, I've been reading my Bible a lot more. Like, I've been like constantly seeking out the Lord. I've been constantly like looking for God, and then I just feel like I just been over like I don't know. I just been listening to the wrong voices, I guess. Like, it's been tough, but I know time will pass. It's just a phase. Just a phase of time. Like, I really do think that your biggest thing in life is your perspective of what you're going through. All right, look at that constant encroachment got used right there, and trading lower. Like, obviously that's hindsight. Then we have a 15-second for value gap. All right, 15-minute for value gap hit. It's kind of like my draw on liquidity. One of my draws on liquidity, which I mean, I guess it wasn't because I literally traded long here. Which is where I need to tighten up, is trading off the less than 1 minute chart. I think we see last week low. We get below C of 10 a.m. wick on the 1 hour. 10 a.m. All right, ES looks like we want to trade in that new week opening gap. One minute. Yeah, I kind of want to see us possibly trade back into the high of this. then trade lower. We have new day opening gaps here. Notice how we traded right to where the old daily high was. Like we had a low resistance liquidity run to an old daily low. Yeah, we are in a discount on the week. But just by look at this, like we're likely gonna trade at these lows. In my opinion, these lows and then these lows. If we've already broken down like this, if you look at the weekly chart, we trade into a weekly fair value gap here. So with that being said, we're likely gonna see expansion. Yeah, Eddie, you are right. I should bring back activated, but like doing a vlog like every day, and just like grinding every day. I think that's just not sustainable. Like I don't like you don't need to be grinding every day. It's always just so clear in hindsight, isn't it? All right, look at ES. ES trades into new week opening gap here. I do want to see if we could potentially trade up into the Sibi again, but I don't think that we will. Yes, they just hit its new week opening, last week's new week opening gap, which is significant. We've already moved significantly lower. We're possibly going to make this 15-minute SIBI here. I mean, the expansion already happened. We still do have these equal lows, though. That definitely could be hit today. But, I mean, especially on a Friday, I just don't feel like it should be pushed. Old first presented for value gap hit. Next stop for me is probably this daily low here. ES is right at that new week opening gap, kind of consolidating around it. Let's see if we break through this low here. Stay heavy. See if we gravitate towards that daily low here. ES also has a discount new day opening gap here. That 5-minute candle should be just opening. So here we have a 5-minute fair value gap here. And then we have a possible immediate rebalance here. Failure to even trade up into here would be pretty weak. ES just hit that new day opening gap cluster. Hit that new day opening gap. NQ is also in a old new day opening gap that I don't have marked. It's here on this chart. You've been trading the months you were gone? Yes, I have. What do you think about CRT? I've never looked into CRT personally. All right, so I want to see if we want to trade up into this possible 5 minute fair value gap here, or if this old first presentation wants to keep price lower. Been a pretty nice move lower, so we're probably gonna have another leg of expansion here. It's almost 10:30. 11:30 will be lunch. It's looking like we want this low. There's equal highs right below equilibrium of last week's low to this week's high. There's been equal highs. Let me pull up this. Last week's low and this week's high. Yeah, these. Is it those? Yeah, that's probably what you're talking about. I want to think that those would need to be traded though before we take these lows. Yeah, I mean that's a possible draw on liquidity for later. At some point later. I think price is just remaining heavy here. Really heavy. These are personally the days that I don't operate the best in. And I need to me as a trader, this is what I need to get better at. Just the large range days, just expansion at like 10 a.m. Because, like for me, it feels like you get one or two entries, and then the prices ran without you. And anything now just feels like I would be chasing it. Like I operate better inside of days like these. Rather than just straight expansion. If you look at the daily fair value gap, this daily fair value gap, we use constant encroachment of that perfectly. Like that. We hit that old daily low. See if we want to hit this daily low. ES also does have a cluster of old daily lows. Like here. What does that look like on the 15-minute? All that. Alright, this daily low is where sell side is. I don't have this daily low marked. All right, let's see if we stay heavy here. Trading to those equal lows. The 1 hour, 30-minute candle just opened up. Same with the 15-minute candle. Kind of just stopped short of that. Here, let's see if we use this candle's low. I mean, obviously this is very deep discount, so. Once we hit this liquidity, I'm gonna end stream. It's kind of my interest for the day. I might look at PM session possible market on close, but other than that, I mean, expansion already happened. It's a Friday. Uh, this is more than enough. This order block. All right, we just hit that sell side liquidity. There it is. What do we have here? Over the possible entry points today. Well, we had this old daily high we hit. We traded up, manipulated up into that old daily high with an old SIBI. Then we traded lower, come back up. We use this gap as inversion for value gap. Break lower, come back up, and then we use that Monday's first presented for value gap and an old 1 hour SIBI. Look at the bodies there. And then we break lower. Now we have a fair value gap here with today's first presentation. Notice, what do we get? We get displacement lower. And then we just stay heavy ever since. Fair value gap acts as IOFED. Fair value gap acts as IOFED. Notice how all this is left this breakaway. What do we have? An order block here. And then we just could trade lower and then continue to melt lower. As of now, yeah. Why is it so hard to have good analysis like I do in paper trading? And as soon as I trade with my combine, my analysis, I don't know, man. It's one of the struggles of trading. One of the struggles of trading is, I guess it's just the thought of like gaining money, you know, in the pressures of money. That's why trading is easy. All right, guys, I'm gonna end stream, and I'll be live Monday for sure. Maybe later today, but I'm not gonna promise it. Appreciate all you guys. Have a good one. Or actually, I might keep my charts on, but I don't know. All right, have a good day, y'all.